Well, joining me now from London is Kieran Maguire. He's a sports finance specialist at the University of Liverpool. Kieran, amazing figures as ever, record-breaking prize money there. What keeps the money coming in? I mean, obviously we know it's the sponsorship, it's the ad revenue and so on, but in which order? Which is the greatest contributor?
Well, first of all, there's TV money. In many respects, tennis is a perfect sport because the games only take a few minutes and therefore that allows for lots of ad breaks. But from an advertiser's point of view, from a commercial sponsor's perspective, it's also ideal because it carries a certain cachet and class, does tennis. So therefore, the nature of the sponsors, you get car manufacturers, watch manufacturers, software companies, banks, all high-end organisations wanting to associate themselves not only with the major tournaments, but also, of course, the major players.
Kieran, you're absolutely right. Now, for our international viewers, just very briefly try to explain the snob value of tennis within the social circuit of the summer.
Well, certainly here in England, tennis only really takes place for sort of 4 to 6 weeks during the height of summer, where the rich and wealthy are the only people that really can afford to attend and to play and join tennis clubs themselves, because grass courts are difficult to maintain, and also membership fees are very high. And then from the point of view of attracting people to attend the sport, although the numbers are quite frightening, there's sort of 600,000 to 700,000 will attend Wimbledon each summer. It's very, very popular with corporate sponsors who want to entertain their clients and guests in the surroundings of Wimbledon, which is it's very leafy, it's very wealthy area itself. So therefore that rubs off on the sponsors.
Tell me these corporate tents, and they're buying their clients tickets and various paraphernalia, and they're sucking up to them. Are they crowding out ordinary people who actually like the sport and aren't just there for the free booze?
Well, Wimbledon's a funny organisation because it's a private members club, so therefore they do try to democratise attending the sport. And what happens is that when people leave the corporate areas, which tends to be sort of around about 5 o'clock in the evening, for every person that leaves, then there's a large queue of people who are sort of the regular Joes who can actually walk into Wimbledon and watch the tennis. But that tends to be the later games in the evenings, and perhaps the players who are less glamorous.
Kieran, just a real quick question. It's a two-parter and it's slightly controversial. The men and women earn the same amount of money now in the finals. The men play for longer and they are, if they were to take on the women head-to-head, would win. So why are they getting the same amount of money?
Well, I would expect that your colleagues in the media, men and women, are paid the same. Certainly in academia are paid the same.
If they do the same amount of
surely it
work,
ought to apply to sport as well. Well, you could argue that if a game of women's tennis over 3 sets lasts 2 hours and a men's
game... No, it doesn't. It lasts it lasts a shorter amount of time over 3 sets than a men's game over 5 sets. So they're being paid more, or the same rather, for less work. And they're not as good.
Well, I think you and John McEnroe will have to go and sit down for a drink and agree on this one. But I think it's only fair that female democratisation and gender equality is shown within sport. The sponsors are still going to pay the men more. If you take a look at the top 50 earners of all sports in the world, you've got the likes of Federer and Djokovic and Andy Murray in there, and the top one, Serena Williams, only comes in at number 51.
All right, Kieran, thank you so much. I'm sure the ladies will love you for that.